Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the next iOS game from the Catan line called The Rivals for Catan. This is a two-player head-to-head card game that takes some of the concepts from Settlers of Catan and adds in a lot of card game elements to make a unique game. Let's see how it works on iOS. The game features earning resources by rolling a die. In this game, there's only one die, and you start out with each number, so you're always going to get something on every turn. There also is a special die that has different effects. This one, in this case, allows you to earn an extra resource of any kind. The goal of the game is to earn 7 victory points to become the winner. You do this by constructing new buildings, which can include new settlements, new roads to connect those settlements, and other special buildings that give you special abilities. You also can play characters on the board. Those characters give you certain symbols that you can see along the picture of each player. Those symbols allow you to have special actions based on certain cards or based on certain die rolls. You can also play cards with gray borders, which play directly and have immediate effects. These cards are all very interesting and definitely give it a very card game feeling. You also have the ability each turn to take one of the cards in your hand and swap it for a different card. And if you pay, you can actually choose what that card is, which is definitely an interesting strategy. If you know what's in the deck, you definitely have the advantage of picking what you would like. The game features different scenarios, which feature new cards. These new cards have different abilities and different focuses. So perhaps you're focused on expanding or building or other parts of the game. The basic game features kind of some basic sets, which is great for learning and I think great for a quicker sort of game, since you need about half the number of points. There are many strategies in the game. You can do what I'm doing in this situation and expand quite a bit, or you can stay small, depending on the scenario and depending on how you choose to win. Definitely in the basic scenario, your options to earn points are more limited, but in the other scenarios, you can earn points from a much smaller area. As soon as a player earns 7 points, the game is over. So this can only happen on your turn. There's no other way to earn points, say, on another player's turn. So once you conduct a turn in which you earn 7 points, the game ends immediately. In the app, it's somewhat abrupt. It doesn't really give you any breakdowns like the old Catan app or anything like that. It really would have been great to see a summary more than just this screen, which is terribly confusing, and even getting back is actually even more confusing. The game features a host of options about sound, etc. One of the things you're going to want to turn off probably is the AI comments, unless you really enjoyed the weird things the AI said in the previous Settlers of Catan game. The game also features the ability to get links to purchase the different Catan products if you're not already familiar with them, which is a great little thing to add. The game features a pretty clear tutorial. The language is a little strange, and also includes help screens which have the full rules for each scenario. I didn't need to refer to these too often, but they are there, but they're not laid out that fantastically, but they are there if you need them. The game does feature online play through Game Center. As far as I can tell, the games appear to be real-time, which is interesting, but really would have been great if we could have had some async play in this game. I hope really this is a feature to add in the future, since it's been standard since iOS 5, I believe, and I'm not sure why it wasn't included here. The Settlers of Catan apps have always been a little bit strange to me. The original app kind of lacked a lot of key features, and the sort of animations, etc., really slowed and bogged the game down. In this case, a lot of the same things apply. The UI is a little silly, having you pay for every single little thing, and I understand that sometimes there are choices. You have to decide which land to pay from, whether this mountain or that mountain, but in many cases there are no choices, and a little speed up on that would have been much appreciated. Another thing that tends to bother me in this game is that oftentimes you'll have a selection to make, like choose a card or one of those sorts of things. However, you cannot look back at your principality or your play space to be able to choose that card. Or sometimes when you're choosing a resource, you can't pull up the cost of your cards to remember, okay, what do I need to pay for this card? All of this is a little strange to me, and I really would have loved to have more access to this information, since, yes, I guess in the game I would have memorized it, but in the physical game I would also have the cards right in front of me and could look at them at any time, so it just seems very strange that they did not include this option. Another strange choice to me is that online play here is real-time. I have yet to find a solid opponent yet, And I really think that this game is perfect for async, since you do have fairly meaty turns. Yes, there are Catan turns where you just do nothing, but there are quite a few turns where you're playing 2 or 3 cards. And this would have been a great head-to-head game, but sadly, this feature, which has been around for, a year and a half, was not included in this app. In spite of all of this, I've really loved learning this game. I do like the Catan series, and I think this is a good addition to it. Yes, the app is not perfect, and that definitely will reflect in its overall score. However, I think the game here is fun, and the app is not too huge of a distraction to make you not enjoy it. I definitely think if this is a game you have been wanting to try and haven't been able to get to the table because it's only 2 players or for whatever other reason, I would definitely check it out here on iOS, since you can play it online, real time with friends, and you also would have the option to play hot seat at home if you have someone to play with. So I definitely would recommend checking this out. However, do proceed with caution, as the app definitely has some issues. Overall, I give this a 3 out of 5.